Okay, here, finally. So from O3 to GPT-5, they saw a spike of 32% in the hardest PRs benchmark. So, I mean, it's almost 200% better. And that's just GPT-5 high, I guess, because GPT-5 Pro right now doesn't have an API. And I sent not a message, but a post a while back to one of the Coderabbit team member. And he said that, yeah, like I asked if the ChatGPT 5 Pro is available, blah blah. Can we have it on Coderabbit? And he said yes. We do plan to have GPT-5 Pro whenever it's available over the API, and it will replace Opus 4.1 workloads. So Coderabbit is gonna get even better once GPT-5 Pro is available uh, for as an API, and GPT-5 Pro is a fucking beast. So I wanna read this blog pretty quickly because I think it's really interesting. I think Coderabbit is one of those extensions that are really intuitive to use. They are not just creating a product for the sake of it, but in this case, like first with O3 and now with GPT-5i, it makes a lot of sense to review the PRs because AI is really, really good at taking context and understanding if you did a shitty job or not. So let's have a quick read. The wait is over. As the leading AI code review tool, Coderabbit was given early access. Okay, they got early access. GPT will conduct extensive reviews. Okay. Evaluation. Okay. TLDR is 12% better, 30% better on pass-fail scales. Top 200 pass, it's hardest PR, and this is the data we saw earlier. So those are pretty outstanding numbers for just a model release. That's really interesting if you think about it. Like a lab, so earlier, releases a new model and your product gets 200% better. Imagine that. So they run tests or models, they run evals, LLM-based judging. We perform dual-layer LLM-based judgment that looks at both qualities and qualitative and quantitative data, such as the quality of a review and pass or fail of the model accuracy. Humans, and they also use human-based judging, so they had a human in the loop. A LLM-based metric collection, we collect the metrics that we believe are indicative of high-quality code review and weight them by their importance. Those metrics include actionable comments, readability score, average word count, sentence count, and false positives. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty important to mention hallucination because one of the GPT perks is that you reduced hallucinations a lot relative to O3. Our evaluation were conducted on various snapshots of GPT-5 that OpenAI shared with us. Yes, this is interesting because let me pull my YouTube. What the actual fuck? YouTube. Okay. So this morning I watched a video from Theo here. GPT-5 sucks. And I mean, like 2 days ago, it was like GPT-5 broke me so fucking good. So I guess there was like a problem with the model that was in beta, like that they tested, and then the one that got released, because there is a huge change in perspective. Like this was posted 6 days ago, and this was on the beta of GPT-5 that he had access to. And the difference is crazy. Like it went from this model is so fucking good, it's better than anything else, to the model sucks. So yeah, I think there was a huge issue both with the router and with other things that were not discussed currently. And he's working with the OpenAI team, also with Cursor team to fix those. So yeah, we need to understand if here this snapshot, like which snapshot was it? I think it was like Tangerine or something. So it would be pretty interesting. GPT-5 capabilities evaluation result analysis. Our evaluation of GPT-5 capabilities found that the model certainly lives up to the hype. Another controversial opinion here. GPT-5 outperformed all other models we are tested on our datasets by a lot. Comprehensive evaluation score. GPT-5 weighted score from our comprehensive evaluation was between 3465 and 3541 on different test runs, which is almost 200 points above OpenAI O3 model. Okay. And Anthropic Sonnet 4, which were previously our highest score model. The maximum possible score is 3651. So they got 3541 against 3651. Wow. Full evaluation score, that's the full evaluation. It's funny how Sonnet is above Opus. Some thinks that Opus is just a waste of compute. No, just kidding. But yeah. So takeaway. While a 200 points or 5% increase might not seem significant, no, you need to be stupid to think something like this. For the same compound effect that we were discussing last live, I think, the 2% from Opus 4 to 4.1, like this 5% increase compounds like shit when you do hundreds, thousands of commits. So rack up find low-hanging fruit like infinite loops and expose secret keys. After a point, then becomes progressively harder to get points since all the remaining points stem from flagging much harder to find issues. Yeah, of course, like the curve is not linear. It's more like a Gaussian curve, I guess. Like the first one are super easy to find, and then it goes really difficult. So, okay. Pass and fail scales. We also give models a pass and fail score based on how many of the 300 error patterns in our dataset PR the model was able to find. GPT-5 also achieved the highest success rates on this scale that we ever seen. It's 254 to 259 out of 300. That's crazy. So those are the scores. Since about 100 of the bottom PRs are found by all models, if we just look at the most difficult 200 error patterns, the numbers show even greater improvement with GPT-5, catching 78% of those error patterns and other models catching only 54 to 58. So that's the takeaway. Similar to our comprehensive metrics, the additional error pattern that GPT-5 was able to find are particularly hard for LLM to spot. Okay, so are those one concurrency bugs or inconsistency domain keys across environments, suggesting the model's increased ability to reason. Okay. Are the SPR tests? To stress test each model, we created 25 of the most difficult pull requests from our golden PR dataset. These PRs represent real-world bugs that span concurrency issue, object-oriented design flows, performance hazard, language-specific bootcamps. So I think like in 10 of my code bases, I think I have 600 of those problems. Yeah, Coderabbit needs to do pretty high lifting with my PRs. So GPT versions where accuracy, contextual linkage, and depth matters the most. It consistently delivers the most complete, test-ready, and forward-compatible code review outputs among all the models that we have tested to date. Crazy. It's crazy to think that like people that really tested the model says something like that, and then we have people that thinks that this post is not rage baiting. So the word is crazy. So how many kinds of bugs does GPT actually catch? Okay, percent. That's pretty interesting. Uncover hidden concurrency risk. The problem. Okay, this is more technical. For the one that don't know me, I'm not a coder. I don't understand anything about all this shit. I'm just updating you that this to become like 200% better just with a new model launch. So beyond metrics and specific things or tests but we're evaluating, we found that GPT-5 exhibited new behavior and reasoning patterns. So advanced contextual reasoning, okay, chain of thought reasoning via review threads, evidence-based deep justification, forward-thinking suggestion, granular task-oriented recommendations. Okay. Last thing, how we are using GPT-5 in our AI code reviews. We're excited that GPT-5 represents a significant advancement in AI-powered code review, pushing the boundaries in details, accuracy, and contextual reasoning. That's why we'll be using GPT-5 as the core reasoning model in our pipeline. Is that an M dash? No. Starting today. We are excited that you will be able to find more issues and create more in-depth context-rich reviews. If you never tried Coderabbit, so yeah, in short, give Coderabbit a test. It deserves it. It's a really, really good software. And yeah, that's basically it. The article was pretty interesting, not on a technical level because I don't understand shit about like the nitty details, but more like people that are actually testing GPT-5 understand there is a lot to take on GPT-5 thinking high, and people that don't just says this.